Hello and welcome, my name is Charlotte and I am the High Heel Stitcher here on Flosstube and on Instagram. Welcome or welcome back. Today is the 28th of December, I believe. Yes, it is Saturday the 28th of December 2024 and this is my 2024 end of year WIP parade. So, just here is the lovely Izzy. She is asleep, she will not disturb us. The other one, Sarabi, is currently chewing on an antler that she found. So she's quiet, so I thought I'm going to get this done now. So I will try and give you the details of the chart, the designer, the fabric, and if I've made any changes to the threads. So I'm not going to show finishes. I may do a finish video later on, but for the moment this is just the current projects that I will be going into 2025 with. So let us start with the first one, and it is Map of Middle-earth map. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs chart that has been retired. I will be showing videos of what it looked like at the start of the year, and this is what it looks like now. This one generally doesn't come off the frame. So at the start of the year I had probably about this much done, so I finished page 1 and I've come down here to stitch the page directly under page 1. I started this on the 11th of May 2020. This year it had 32 days, 9,560 stitches. I absolutely love it. She's just tried to steal my notes. I am parking with this one. I'm trying not to park, but sometimes I can't help it. So this is 28 count, 1/1 full cross. Right, next one we have is Pandemic. This is a pattern by Long Dog Samplers. This was a freebie back. Next up we have Pandemic. This is by Long Dog Samplers. This was originally a freebie back in 2020 for a week, which is when I managed to grab it. It is no longer a freebie. I started this on the 13th of October 2020. It had 1 day this year and 454 stitches. It desperately needs an iron, I know that. I've started in the bottom left corner. I'm not too happy that I started here, but I wanted to get the 2020 in first. I may move my way up to the top left and work my way from there. This is on 18 count Blood Moon Ada by KLT Charting with DMC 704. I love how this is stitching up, and I do wish I had more time for it, but I just don't. Right, that is number 2. Next we have, where are we? Yes. Partridge in a Pear Tree. This is a chart by Joan Elliott. It was very kindly gifted to me by the lovely Jen, Not Cross Jen. She has made so much progress on her one this year. It looks absolutely amazing. Hello, Sarabi. This got 7 days and 2,079 stitches. I started it on the 5th of December 2020. This is stitched on a 32 count even weave, I believe in silver grey. It says Zygot. I did not prepare. There we go. There we are. So this year I finished 6 geese a laying. I put in the back stitch for 6 geese a laying and turtle doves, because I have decided I'm going to do the back stitch as I go. I still need to back stitch actually my 2 turtle doves, but I have back stitched my 6 geese a laying, and I moved this down a little bit and came across the top. I've got the box for number 3. Absolutely love this one, and as I said, Jen's looks absolutely amazing. Ah, love it. This is one of my favourite projects. But it is a paper chart, so it is a little bit hard going. I have managed to get a little bit into Pattern Keeper. I'm doing it in sections, so hopefully going forward it will be easier. This is in a Lollipop Stitches project bag. And she is wondering who I am talking to. I'm hoping she's going to go to sleep, because she is tired. She's been up since 7:30, running around like a loon. But she's waiting for Daryl to come back from work. Right, let's have a drink. We have established she likes coffee. I had one, or I had a cup on my little table, and I came in and she was drinking. It wasn't hot. Yeah, she likes coffee. Right, next one didn't actually get any progress this year, and it is, if I can find it, which currently I can't. Robbie, what did you do with it? It's like, don't blame me. Christmas, there we go. Christmas jumper duo. This got no progress this year at all. This is by KLT Charting. It is on Pattern Keeper. And it is on a limited edition fabric from the Advent. I believe it's called Peace on Earth. And that's as far as I have done. I believe it's a 16 count. Yes, 16 count Ada. So I have done part of Presley's jumper and part of Ollie's hat. This was used in a Kelty charting challenge that she ran a couple of years ago. I pulled some threads for it, but I don't think they're the right ones. Anyway, so that is that one. Next one is in the same project bag, and it's Dragon Spirit Guide. Again, this got absolutely no stitches in it this year. It's a Kelty charting chart. Started on, so Christmas Jumper Duos was started on the 20th of September 2022, and Dragon Spirit Guide was started on the 21st of September 2022. That is all I have done. I do not know if that is the correct way. Up. Or not. This is either 16 or 18 count Ada, and it's about 200 stitches in total in there. So yeah, I just haven't got around to doing it. It's not that fabric. Next project we have is my Kaleidoscope Unicorn. Again, this is by Kelty Charting. This was started on the 26th of September 2022. This got 8 days and 3,512 stitches. I love stitching the Kaleidoscope charts. They're really quick and easy to stitch up. This I originally got as a kit, but it came with 14 count Ada, and I do not like that. So I have swapped it for, I think it's an 18 count, which is generally my go-to Ada. So at the start of the year, I had part of this and the leg done. So I've now finished both back legs, the tail, and I've moved up onto his back. So as this came in a kit, I do have the threads for it. And she's just put her head on it. Thankfully, where it's just normal white Ada and DMC, this one will get washed when it is done. Next project is one of my absolute favourites. I originally wanted to get done before the next Bella retreat, but that's not going to be happening. I can't find my cover photo, so that is what it will look like, obviously with a face. This got the second most stitches and time on it this year. So this is Mayari, Deity of Moon. a Bella Filipina. And she got 27 days, 8,839 stitches. Yes, she desperately needs an iron. So I had the blue sash and most of this in at the start of the year. I've put in all this pink. I've done all of the bottom part of the dress, and I've put in some of these. These are metallics and part of her hair. Absolutely love stitching on this. This is a 32 count. I want to say Supernova by Sparklies. I may be completely wrong with that, and if I am, I will put it up here. This is where it's a paper chart. I have managed to get it into Pattern Keeper, but it is not fully compatible, so I can't search the symbols. I don't know how far through I am. I would like to think I'm about halfway, but I've got the rest of the bottom of the dress to go. So I've got down here, so I've got the rest of the dress down here, and then the rest of the wing, all her skin and the halo. So still quite a lot to do, and this will look absolutely stunning when it is finished. All that halo at the top is pretty much metallics and beads. When I went to the Bella Filipina retreat in May, there was 2 finishes of these there, and they were absolutely stunning. One was on the same fabric that I'm using, and the other one was on a beautiful yellow fabric, and it looked stunning. I am very glad I chose my fabric. Although it did look amazing on the yellow, it's not what I would have originally picked. Stunning, but not what I want. So that's that one. Yeah, so that was started on the 12th of May 2023 when I was at the original first Bella retreat, and this year it had 27 days, 8,839 stitches. Next, 324 stitches, mostly because I was doing this this was a lunch break stitching, so I was only getting between 50 and 100 stitches in at a time. I am using DMC Etoile for this, so it does have a little bit of a sparkle, but unfortunately you can't see that in the video. This is, I think this is 20 count charcoal Ada. Oh no, black Ada. 20 count black Ada, and I'm doing 2/1. This was a restart. I originally was doing it on 25 count black even weave 1/1, but I had messed up on 2 different areas and it was just completely out of whack, and I tried frogging did not go well, so I scrapped it. So that, yeah, that was started on the 16th of May 2023, 4-day stitching, 324 stitches. So that is all the projects that I came into the year with. Everything from now is new starts from this year. The first one This is not the most up-to-date picture. This is from, I think this was just the frame. It's the Deadly Aquarium sow. This is now fully out. I'm not sure if you can buy the full chart yet. I got it once. I got it when it was first released because I fell in love with those seagulls. Absolutely fell in love with the seagulls. I have done the frame and I have completed part 1. So this is part 1, the eel. There's my little seagulls, there and there. And this little skull I have stitched in glow-in-the-dark thread. I am not sure, but when I pick this up next, whether or not I'm going to continue working through the parts, so stitch part 2, then 3, then 4, or just whack the full chart into Pattern Keeper and just stitch it as the full chart. Absolutely love this. This is 18 count Full Spring by KLT Charting. It was a limited edition and probably one of my favourite all-time limited editions that she's done. That got 16 days, 6,887 stitches, and it was started on the 28th of May 2024. My next new start was started at the Big Stitch. It wasn't the new start that I was going to do, but the new start that I was going to start was the Modern Folk Embroidery exclusive, but I accidentally left it in my hotel room the night before on the Saturday night, so when we got to the venue on the Sunday I couldn't start it, so I brought this. This is a Fierce Beauty. It's a kit by Pain Free Crafts and it's artwork by MJP, and I absolutely fell in love with him. I've seen a few of the chromatic dragons that they've done, but I've never seen this one before. And then I was at the retreat and Sunday morning saw this one and I just absolutely fell in love with it. He is just so majestic. This kit came as 20 count Ada, so I'm doing it 2/1. It was, so it started on the 28th of July 2024. It had 2 stitchy days, so one of them was at the retreat and then I stitched on him when I got back. Yeah, so it's only 694 stitches, so not a huge start. The 20 count Ada is very thick. I am enjoying it. It can be, this was a little bit hard going, so I'm going to stitch a little bit more on it, but I may eventually swap it to 18 count. I'll see how we go. Absolutely love it. And then there's the matching needle minder. Absolutely love this. This is, so yeah, as I said, it came in a full kit. And this is in my Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole Idra Studios project bag that she made me. Yeah, just amazing. Amazing. That was the second full kit that I got at the Big Stitch from Pain Free, but we're not going to talk about that. So, my next new start was the start that I was going to stitch at the Big Stitch, but again, left it in the hotel room, and it was the exclusive from Modern Folk Embroidery, and it's called Big Stitch Big Tree. So this is on a piece of KLT charting fabric. It's called Frosty Morning. It's 18 count Ada. This was the limited edition from January 2020. I did buy 2 pieces of fabric at the retreat that I was going to use, but when I pulled it out to start, I just actually wasn't feeling it, so I pulled from Stash instead, and that's as far as I have got. I originally was just going to stitch it all in the one colour, but I have a feeling now I'm going to swap and stitch the birds in a different colour and the vase in a different colour as well. So there may be at least 3 different colours in this. So these threads are ones that, again, I got at the Big Stitch. They are called Red Passion and they're Romy's Creations. They're a beautiful variegated red. There is a few threads that I got in the KLT charting advent calendar that I really want to use and I think would go quite well on this. And I'm debating whether or not to stitch the top Big Stitch and Rotherham. I think I might just stitch this main section and leave those 2 bits off. I don't know. So this is a paper chart. I have managed to get into Pattern Keeper, so that has helped. This is a Canny Little Fox project bag. Right, so that had 4 days and is 1003 stitches. My next new start was actually a restart, and we're now getting into my 33 while 33 projects. So the first project in that challenge was my Welcome Campers, which was a start and a finish. So I will show that in a different video. But my second start was a restart, and it is Dominick, or Christmas Donkey, aka Mary Beth the Christmas Donkey by the Cross Stitch Studio. I found out yesterday that this is being retired at the end of the year, so end of 2024, 31st of December. So if you want it, you'll need to go get it soon. He had 8 days, which wasn't a lot, and 2,361 stitches. This I am doing in tent. It is my first project using tent stitch on 28 count, and I am absolutely loving this. Absolutely love it. I just love the way that it looks and how quickly it stitches up. It is quicker. Is it twice as quick? No, I don't think it's twice as quick, but you are definitely quicker doing tent. Will I do all my 28 count full coverage in tent? No, but where this one I started back in 2020, I'm sure it was 2020, and then didn't like the fabric. I knew that when I was going to restart it, it was going to be in tent. Oh, and you can see where Sarabi decided to chew the edge of my chart. So, this is just using the called for DMC. So that got 8 days, 2,361 stitches, and it was started on the 8th of October 2024. My next project was another full coverage. It's mini Once Upon a Time. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs chart that was racked to me a few years ago. And is actually still on the frame, which I was surprised that it was still on the frame. So this got 3 days and 839 stitches. Started on the 20th of October. So yeah. Absolutely loved stitching on this one. I did not want to put it down. So that's just 18 count magic guide. Next project was my first Bothy Rendale kit, and it's 3 of a kind. This one got additional days on it. Because I got poorly and didn't give it enough time originally, so decided to just stitch on it as much as I could. It had 16 days, 3,934 stitches. I have swapped out the fabric on this. It came with a 14 count Ada, which is grey and spotty, but I swapped it for this yellow speckled fabric, and that's as far as I have got. This will be a gift for my mother at some point. Most likely going to be her birthday in November. If I don't get it done for November, then it will be a Christmas gift next year. Loving how that's turning out, and look at that cute little butterfly. So this is an 18 count Ada. Started on the 30th of October and 3,934 stitches. Next project was one that was not planned. It was not spun. I chose this as one of my free to choose charts for my 33 while 33 challenge. It is Great White Shark. By Happy Little Mouse. This is going to be a gift for the nephew. He has asked for a realistic shark. And can I tell? I think it's that way. Could not tell you which way it goes. I think it's this way. This is an 18 count black Ada. And that's as far as I've got. This had 2 days and that's 226 stitches. The needle minder is from Maloka Designs. And is in my dinosaur project bag that I got from the Big Stitch by Turtle Bay Stitches. And this glows in the dark, which is part of the reason why I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. So that was started on the 25th of November and that got 226 stitches, 2 days. My next spin was Mr. Grinch by the Cross Stitch Studio. This was a limited edition a few years ago and she brings it back every year for a few weeks. Or she has the last couple of years. It's not guaranteed every year. I got it the first and that is here. So this had 9 days, 1028 stitches. This is an 18 count sparkly white Ada that I absolutely love. I wasn't too keen when I picked it because I know sometimes sparkly Ada can be a bit of a pain to stitch on, but this has actually been really nice to stitch. So that was started on the 2nd of December, 9 days, 1028 stitches. And should probably be taken off the queue set. Right. My next new start is Christmas Donkey by Bothy Threads. This was started on the 13th of December 2024. It had 5 days and 671 stitches. Again, I have swapped out the fabric. This is a 32 count mint splash Ada. And that's as far as we got. So I think you can tell that it's the start of an animal. I've really enjoyed stitching on this. I don't normally park with these sort of projects, but I can't count on even weave. I just lose the ability. So I have stuck that where I think the next stitch is, but I won't stitch it until I've got the other threads in, because I do not want to frog any stitches. I've counted and I've counted and I'm pretty sure it's correct, but I'm not risking it. I actually brought the mug yesterday that matches this. It's a mug and coaster set and it was half price in a local shop, so I could not resist stitching and getting that. So, and then my last new start, I started this 2 days ago on the 26th of December. It's had 2 days and 702 stitches, and it's Defender of the Seas by the Stitch Crypt. I am stitching this on an 18 count Ada called Trick or Treat by KLT Charting, and that's as far as I've got. I've decided to stitch the skeleton. This is all glow-in-the-dark thread. I'm hoping to get him to, also her to 50% before I start my next project. That's supposed to be on the 2nd of January, but I think I'm going to start on the 1st, just so that I can get a day's stitching, because the 2nd is when I go back to work. Absolutely love this. I did have to cut the fabric in half because the other half is going to be used for the black pearl. I absolutely hate cutting fabric because I just feel like I'm gonna do it wrong. But I counted and I recounted and I've cut it up, so I now have that piece for my black pearl that does not have a start date. Yes, I'll be stitching on this today. I'm hoping to get about 300 to 400 stitches on that. That is all my projects at the moment. So I started the year with 16. I've had 18 new starts. I've finished 14. I've ditched 2. So I am carrying forward into 2025 18 projects. I have started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've started 8 of my 33 that I'm starting while I'm 33. I will need to get a few of them finished because I am participating in WIP Warriors 25 in 25. So I cannot exceed 25 WIPs. So I'm going to have to make sure I finish some of them because I can only start 7 more. Unless I finish some. So that is the plan. Hopefully some smaller projects will be spun for my 33 while 33, and then they will be a start and a finish, and I will not go above the 25 WIPs. That is the plan. When I have finished my 33 while 33, which ends at the end of September, so October, November and December, I am probably going to focus on Christmas gifts because I want the koalas done and I want that great white shark done by the end of 2025. That is the plan. So that is my WIP parade. I hope you enjoyed watching. I really enjoyed getting them all out and seeing what I have, but it does make me want to stitch on everything. So I'm going to clear up the mess, try not to disturb the puppy, and get on with some stitching. I hope you have all had a really wonderful 2024, and if not, because I know the last few years have been absolutely rubbish, that I hope 2025 brings you so much joy and happiness and you get loads of stitchy time in. I'll see you soon. Bye.